Have you ever felt like you nailed the interview? It took you months to land this interview. You finally got it. It went beautifully. You nailed it. You checked off every box and then some, and still you did not get hired. Well, I want you to know it's not you, okay? It's the system. And I want to talk about the hiring process and why it's a broken system and why, even though you are a qualified worker, you're not getting hired. Okay, we've got to talk about it. It is like it's happening every single day, and yet it's not something that we're openly discussing. And women, especially Gen Xers, women over 40, women in particularly that are women of color, okay, are hurting. But women collectively over 40, in our 50s and beyond, that are still in the workforce, we're hurting. Okay. It's not something you are imagining. Let's get that straight. It is a broken system. The hiring process is a broken system. Gonna say that 3 times like I'm a broken record so you can get that plugged in your brain that it is not you. It is a broken system. Okay? Are we clear? All right. Well, what's wrong with it? Good question. I'm so glad you asked. Now, I have a whole laundry list I can go through, but I won't bore you with that. But I will talk about it a little bit here, okay? Because we got to talk about it. Because in order to know what the solution is, we first got to know what the problem is, right? So first of all, the ATS system is broken. That's the applicant tracking system, in case you're not aware. It is filtering out very qualified candidates like you. Employers are posting jobs that are already filled internally, but they are required to post publicly. Okay, that's a problem. That's a broken system, right? That's part of the broken system. Ghost job postings are part of the broken system. They are listing jobs, the employer, are listing jobs with no intent to fill them. They are just meeting a quota. That's a problem, okay? Unrealistic expectations, hiring or wanting to hire 25-year-olds, okay, who's got 15 years of experience. What? How does that work? Constant interviews. How many interviews have you been on? Countless, I'm willing to bet. And yet you're getting no feedback, no closure, no respect. You didn't get the opportunity either, by the way, right? Just nothing, zero. Or maybe a cold, generic no in an email that went out to every other person who participated in the interview process and didn't get hired either. Let me just say this, okay? Because I got a lot to say. But let me put it to you this way, straight no chaser. You're not just applying for jobs. You are jumping through flaming hoops right now. It's like a corporate circus show, okay? You are doing all that you're doing just to be ghosted in the end or told that you don't fit in for whatever reasons that the corporate America or the employer that wanted, that is the place you try to go and get work at. They're not disclosing. The employers are not even disclosing the reasons as to why they're not moving forward with you in the application or hiring process. And let's be real. The employer already knew before they got you into the interview what they were looking for. So why are they wasting your time? They already knew. Okay? Now, I know because I've been a leader myself. I've been in the corporate arena for a long time prior to, when I was in the workforce, prior to doing the work that I do now as a holistic business coach and RN health and wellness educator, prior to running my own online coaching and consulting company. I was in the corporate arena for 30 long years. As a leader for 20 plus years, I have an HR background, okay, a legal background. I know a thing or two about what goes down in the background, okay, behind closed doors and in those boardrooms and those committees and meetings and all of that. I've been on the other side. And I know how deep and dirty and dark they could be. Okay? And it's just not fair. And it's only gotten worse. So if they knew already who they were going to choose before they got you into this interview and had your hopes high, then, like, it's just not a fair process. It is a broken system. Okay. So I'm speaking from experience. It is a lot of emotional and financial toll. You know what I'm saying? Like, women over 40 are spending weeks, months even, in interview pipelines with no compensation, no communication, no feedback, no closure. It is like so frustrating. And I'm hearing this in conversations day in and day out with the people that I work with or that gets on a call with me. And guess what? Expenses are adding up in the meantime and in between time, right? You're commuting, you've got your wardrobe, you've got resume upgrades, you might be doing, career coaching. Perhaps you are going through 2 job fairs, right? You're networking, you're getting more certifications. You might be even thinking about pursuing another degree, which means more debt. Like, no, because none of that guarantees you a job. None of it. You will have done all that, expending all of your time and your energy that you can't get back to hear crickets. So stop applying for these jobs. Like, there's so much hope fatigue. Let's talk about that, because that's a real thing. Okay. These corporations are setting you up with high hopes, and you get your hopes up really high. You get excited only to be let down, only to end up with a lot of disappointment, only to be told, oh, I'm sorry, we went in a different direction. Really? And sometimes they don't even share that much with you, right? You know, I'm frustrated for you. I'm frustrated with this system. I remember actually a time where not that long ago, where I was once invited to an interview for a position that I met 98% for sure, if not 99% of those qualifications. Okay. The recruiter peeped my LinkedIn profile. She reached out to me through the DM, sent me a nice little note. We connected. She reviewed my impressive resume. She praised my extensive, diverse background. She called me in for an interview. The interview went beautifully. We hit it off. We had a lot of kikis, right? We laughed it up. She said, okay, I'm going to reach out to you, or my assistant's going to reach out to you, or someone from HR, whatever's going to reach out to you with next steps. That right there told me that I had the job. Did it not? I mean, like, she basically said everything about me having the job with the exception of you're hired. She didn't actually say those words, but we're going to tell you the next steps as far as, like what the next steps in the process is, which meant logically, right, that I'm going to be moving through the process. Is that maybe meeting with the director? Maybe I'm meeting with a panel of people who I'll be working with, or over whatever the case might have been. She never alluded to that she wasn't going forward with my application. Okay. But at the end of all of that, one unchecked box that, by the way, had nothing to do with my skill set. Okay. I won't even go there. It had nothing to do with my skill set, though. And that was it. That was what she used to disqualify me. No room for nuance, no discussion about it, just done. Why invite people to an interview if you already know what you're looking for? And this is what millions are facing right now. It's like, why? What is the point? You know what I mean? And I'm sure you're feeling that way too. It's very frustrating. So I have a message. I'm going to switch gears for a minute because I have a message. I got to get this off my chest. I have a message specifically to the hiring managers, to the HR managers, recruiters, talent recruiters. What else do you guys call yourself these days? I'm talking to you specifically. Stop inviting people to these interviews when you already know who you're going to choose. This is a process that is hurting real human beings, real people. Okay, this is not just you checking off a box. This is not just about you filling a role. Okay, you're playing with lives. You're playing with livelihoods. You're playing with people's mental health. And it's not fun and games. It's not funny. It's not a fun process. People are in really horrific positions right now, really going through tumultuous times right now. You don't know what somebody's really truthfully going through. Your system, if your system is this rigid, it's not inclusive, okay? It's elitist. It's outdated. I need you to stop the madness because it is a maddening cycle, and I need you to do better. I really and truly need you to do better, okay? Now, I had to get that off my chest. And by the way, let's go ahead. This is a great point to say that if you're getting what I'm giving and you love these gems I'm dropping, go ahead and leave a comment right now so we can get this discussion popping. I would love to know what's pulling on your heartstrings and what's resonating with you the most, okay? Let me know what hits home for you, if you've had any aha moment, any light bulb moments, and let's go ahead and continue the dialogue in the comments below, okay? Also, if you're getting any value from this video today or any of my episodes that you've watched so far, then that's great. I'm so glad that I'm being helpful to you, right? So, but I want you to subscribe if you haven't already, okay? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I drop new content and or go live, all right? Now, back to you, okay? But I had to get that off my chest real quick to HR and to the talent requisition crew, you know, all the HR peeps, the leaders, the department managers who are hiring. Like I had to say that. And I've always been a big advocate for people who, you know, are going through a system that is broken or, you know, where they're done wrong. Okay, it's unjust, especially in this economy. This is not a time to play no games, okay? And especially not at our age. We don't have time for the shenanigans, right? Okay, take a breath, okay? The ageism and bias is real. Let's talk about that. Because why are Gen Xers not getting hired? Does it have anything to do with our age? Maybe, perhaps. Yes, it's a real thing, right? There is bias around that, and let's name it. They say we're overqualified. Are you really? Possibly, yes. Big chance that you are. Okay. However, that's really just code for saying that you're too expensive to hire, that you won't stay long, that as soon as something better comes along, you're going to run off and go get that whatever the better thing, the grass is greener on the other side position, and that you won't adopt, right? They feel like you're stuck. They're making an ageist assumption. They're feeling like you're stuck in your ways. You're not going to change. They want somebody younger that they can mold into the puppet that they want to have working for them, right? Somebody who's kind of just getting started. They're much younger than you are. Somebody who's quick on their feet, a quick study, somebody who can learn tech, somebody who's not going to bitch, gripe, and complain about what they don't want to do because they don't want to adapt to change or adapt to change, right? They're thinking that you can't learn the new tech in this new AI and this new age of AI. You're going to move slower. You're going to fight back, get pushed back. And they don't want to be bothered with all that. And then you start to internalize doubt and fear creeps in, right? You know, women like you begin to shrink. You begin to question yourself. You begin to downplay your experience. You begin to apologize for being a seasoned professional. Don't, okay? Being overqualified. Being even qualified really has become a liability in this job market. It's really sad to say, but it's the truth. But it's not that you're too much, okay? The job, the employer, corporate America as a system, as a whole, they're not used to someone like you, like me, who knows her worth. Okay. So in that regard, maybe we are too much for them, and that's okay. But what I need, what I need for you to hear and what I need for HR to hear that they won't admit, again, this is a direct message to HR, to the recruiters, to the talent teams. I want you to stop calling in applications for 3 to 5 rounds, okay, of interviews, just wasting their precious time that they can never get back. Let's start there. When you are already knowing that you have an internal hire that's on your radar and you're just going through the motions, you're just doing, going through the process for formality reasons. You already know who you're going to choose. You already chose them. But you have to put that job requisition out there. It has to sit for 3 days. So you can say you did your job, your due diligence. But realistically, you already know you're just going to get in a pool of applicants and you're going to ghost those people. You're never going to contact them, communicate with them, because you already know who you're going to hire. And then I want you to stop offering false hope and broken promises to people who are literally depending on a job, hoping, wishing, and praying for the right job to show up. And then you do. And then the interview, they even get as far as an interview. The interview goes well. You give them glowing feedback, only to send out a generic rejection email. That's cold. I mean, how would you like that to be done to you? I need you to reevaluate your screening processes, because if you want real innovative thinkers, then don't eliminate those innovative thinkers because you think they should fit in a box. And that if they don't fit in the box that you think they should fit in, or check off one box that has nothing to do with their skill set, then that's a no. It's just an automatic no. Reevaluate your screening processes. And consider the cost of burnout. Consider the cost of ghosting people. Consider the fact that, exclusion, I don't believe, is what you want to be a part of your brand. Or is it? Is that the new employer brand? Is it inclusivity or exclusivity? I mean, which is it? You make it make sense for me. Okay. I am hearing so many women that's in this situation, and it's just heartbreaking. If you have a heart and you have a conscience, I don't even know how you sleep well at night. But maybe because it's not happening to you or someone you know or care about or love. Gen Xers take job hunting very seriously. Okay, we are not the millennials. We are not the Gen Zers. We actually, this group of people, this population of people, the Gen X women, they want to work. Okay. They take the time to learn about your company. They study everything they need to know, spend countless hours properly preparing for the interview to make a lasting impression. Some of them go as far as to wear your brand colors, and you don't even notice. They do all of that, give their best performance, okay? Come off as authentic and genuine as they can, pour their hearts and souls into this process, spending money that they don't already have, especially if they've already lost a job and now they're trying to re-enter the workforce, only to have their confidence crushed repeatedly by the rejection that you all are giving. It's like, do better, you know? God forbid you are in a situation like this. God forbid you find yourself in the same financial predicament. All I can say is that there are many displaced workers right now, and it's no fault of their own. It is the economy we are living in. It is the political climate we're in under the current administration, okay? It is not their fault. They're doing the best they can. So that karmic feedback loop is real. And I just need you to know that the universe is not forgiving. It will not forget. It is always watching. It is always listening. Stop being part of the broken system and start advocating to do something to fix it, to like actually fix it. That's my biggest complaint. Do something. You are in a position of power. Speak up. Think about what if it's you, okay? All right, I'm off my soapbox. I think the most important thing I want you to hear, HR, talent team, okay, leaders in the corporate arena, anybody, the powers that be, speaking on behalf of the worker as the advocate that I am, if your process is causing more trauma than clarity, it's time to tear that baby down, okay, and rebuild it from ground zero. Human first, period, point blank. That's all I have to say. You know, carry on. Do what you will with that. But I stand firmly on what I believe in, and that's what I believe in. Okay? Now, I'm back to you. Thanks for being patient as I go through my soapbox real quick here. Okay? Another breath. Take 1, 2. Okay? Or 3. So, what can you do to reclaim your power? Well, first of all, I'm going to give you some real world actions. Okay? Real world actionable steps. Stop. This is the first thing. I need you to stop applying for these positions. And if you're going to apply for these positions, I want you to stop pouring your energy into these toxic hiring loops. Create a limit. Tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to only apply for an interview with a company that respects my time and values my expertise. I'm going to preserve my energy, and I'm going to set boundaries, energetic boundaries. Okay, that's the first thing I need for you to do to reclaim your power. The next thing is just don't apply. Okay, like I am just I'm all about you having a job to fund your dream business, your dream lifestyle. I'm all about that. I teach that, okay, for sure. To use your employer as your silent investor. I'm about it. I did the same thing. I definitely teach that. But if it's at a point where it's taxing you, it's maxing you out, it's expending your energy, it's disturbing your peace, that's when I just say, don't get caught up in that toxic loop, right? Like, just don't apply. And if you do, pitch yourself as a solution. If you insist, okay, pitch yourself as a solution. Like, use LinkedIn to build relationships before you even apply, before you even start or continue, rather, applying. Okay, start building up a network of resources. Get to know people, build relationship. Relationship marketing is everything. And document everything. Document dates, document people, document the time, document emails, document the whole process, especially when you notice patterns or patterns of bias or patterns of manipulation. When that appears, document that. Keep track of that, okay? Those are red flags. Take heed to that. And then I want you to shift from being a job seeker to an opportunity creator. Like, that's a real mindset shift, okay? Build and I talked about this in a previous video. I'm going to talk about it more in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But I want you to build a portfolio, professional portfolio position or career. Okay. And I want you to do this while you're job hunting. I'm going to have a whole video where I'm breaking this all the way down. So don't miss that. Okay. But I just wanted to make mention of it really quickly. And then I want you to reframe your mindset and think like this. Don't think that I'm jobless. Think that I am in a career redirection. And sometimes God's or man's rejection is God's protection. And he is setting you up for a redirection. So you're not jobless. Okay? You are at a point in your career where it's time to pivot. And that's really what a pivot is about, is a redirection, right? So if the hiring process is not serving you well right now, maybe it's time to stop wasting your time. Maybe it's time to stop wasting or waiting to be chosen. Maybe it's time to stop waiting for permission and stop waiting for an opportunity and start building something of your own. That's actually how Shared Visions by Katoa, my online coaching and consulting company, started back in 2016. I got tired of asking for someone to give me an opportunity that I damn well deserved, but apparently they felt, it was a different time and I was getting rejection after rejection after rejection. Someone of my caliber who has years and years and years, 3 decades of experience working in corporate, 25 years in healthcare, a gazillion, the whole alphabet soup of credentials behind my name. Okay. I can't even tell you how many certifications and accolades and, I have what it takes. Overqualified? Yeah. It was very difficult. 3 degrees. Couldn't get a job. I got tired of that. I was like, oh, hell to the nah. Like, I don't go places I'm not wanted. I don't stay places I'm not wanted either. So that's how Shared Visions was born. Okay. So start something of your own. Like, that's the business right there. We're going to be talking again about more about bridge jobs. Okay. Portfolio careers, as I said. So definitely stay tuned for that. But I want you to know this. If this video lit a fire up under you the way it obviously did me, if you couldn't tell how passionate I was about this, like I said, I've always been an advocate, okay, and a healer. If this video lit a fire up under you, then I want you to stop playing by these broken rules, okay? And if you're ready to stop playing by the broken rules, you're like, oh yeah, you got me sold, like I'm already there, okay? This video just reaffirmed everything for me. I'm solid on my decision. Great, let's talk. Because I help women like you to map out a real exit strategy. Okay, stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for an opportunity that might never come. Give yourself the best chance possible to succeed and not be set up for failure, but rather for success. Okay, stop waiting for an opportunity to come to you that you can actually create. Okay, if you need support, I offer VIP days so we can work privately one-on-one. I also offer group coaching. And if you're not really sure where to start or you just need one-off support and more clarity, that's fine too. Let's go ahead and at least start with a clarity call, a freedom and focus clarity call. And let's create a plan that actually works for you and put you on your freedom path so you can stop all of this maddening cycle, the shenanigans of it all, right? I'm going to make sure the link is in the pinned comment, but also you can find links to other resources and these resources that I'm actually mentioning in the description box above. Okay, so didn't want to make this video too long, but that's my time. I'm going to tune out while you tune in. Be sure to watch the next video that YouTube recommends and share this video out with at least 3 friends. Okay, as always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.